Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and specifically welcome back to my playing series where I play live on YouTube without the benefit of cherry picking games. Today I'm going to be playing the most powerful tier 7 heavy tank in the game. And what is it going to be? Well, if we look at raw win ratio, it's going to be the Tiger 2T. I believe that's the new anime tank that went into the game. But I prefer to use win ratio difference, which also takes into account the skill of the player that's playing them. And wow, it's actually a tech tree tank. I guess a lot of you would be thinking it would be the T29. And I think that probably the T29 would be a little bit better. But at least the statistics don't lie. And today, the highest win ratio difference is actually on the tier 7 Japanese heavy tank. It is the Oni. Now this one really surprises me. But I guess it's because the armor's just so thick at the front. It's got so many hit points that even below average players can probably still be very influential in this vehicle. Okay, so today I'm going to be using all-terrain suspension. I'm going to be improving the accuracy of this vehicle. I'm going to be improving the view range of this tank. And I'm going to be using two builds. One with a gun rammer, one without a gun rammer. And one of the best things about this vehicle is you don't even really need that many cruise skills. I mean, the cruise skills, they can help, for sure. But you don't really need them. Funnily enough, like next patch, right? Maybe the cruise skills are going to get more important to have. Currently on a heavy tank, I just feel that as soon as you've got like 2 or 3 skills, and you've got yourself like Brothers in Arms repairs and situational awareness and recon on your crew members, it doesn't really matter too much after that. Of course, like having things like Deadeye, Snapshot, Smooth Ride, Safe Stowage, Adrenaline Rush, Intuition, all of those skills, they can come in handy. But whether I really feel like they're mandatory, not sure. For a while with Crew 2.0, it was looking like a lot of the skills would be mandatory and you would just suck if you didn't have them. However, I think the Wargaming has made enough changes where they're going to be an advantage for sure, but whether they're going to be absolutely game-breaking, well, we'll just have to wait for update 126. I'm sure I'm going to be coming up with some pretty funky builds and funky situations, but nothing as insane as it was early on in the test server in Crew 2.0. Okay, so this is a map where I don't really feel like I need the turbo, so I'm going to swap the turbo out and I'm going to use a gun rammer instead. This vehicle, it's not fast, limited to 25 kilometers an hour, and without the turbo, my reverse speed is going to be really bad at 10 kilometers an hour. But you know what? To have that rate of fire, where I'm actually got 330 alpha damage in this tank, and every 9.49 seconds, that is not bad. Now, there is another gun that some people will use on the Oni, the derp gun. And when this vehicle first came out, the 152mm derp was actually really lovely on this tank. You know, those high explosive rounds, even in a terrible matchup against tier 9s, you could still get absolutely clapping against them. However, Wargaming nerfed the high explosive rounds, and unless you want to fight, I believe the heat that it gets with 150mm of pen, it's not going to work. And in a matchup like this, if I have to fight a Super Pershing with 150mm of heat pen, yeah, blooming good luck to me. Or even, you know, the front of a T29 isn't reliable with 150mm of heat. And now your high explosive rounds just do practically no damage to them unless you hit some really thin armor with a funky angle. Yeah, it's just a disaster. So that's Super Pershing. They're clearly waiting for me to go around this corner. I think I'll tank one shot just from the Super Pershing, just so I can be able to get across here. Just so I can start to actually turn it into a fight which will favor me. That AMX is a very scary tank to have to fight. Make sure this tank is so long and so chonky that I just got to make sure I'm not hanging my rear around the corner at the Super Pershing. Oh, please don't block my shot on the Tiger, my friend. Oh my word, did a Carnarvon Action 10 just get ammo-racked by a Govika? Uh-oh. This game's already not looking very good at all, is it? As our tier 8 heavy just got eviscerated. And now we've just got to deal with them having an extra medium, I guess, high tier. I'm just going to sit here and wait. The Super Pershing's actually crossed now. It's a good Super Pershing player to go and use that position for the early shot and then to try and progress it. I'm wondering if I should try and take the fight to the enemy team here, or if I should be a little bit more chill. I'm just trying to wait for some ambush shots. But you know what? Maybe I don't have time to wait for these ambush shots. So let's go take a look, see if we can get some shots in here. Oh, darn, we didn't spot there. I didn't manage to get through the T29 there. Okay, they fired regular rounds at me. I wonder how many more regular rounds they'll fire at me. That's the question you've got to ask yourself in the world of tanks. Nice hit. And man, this thing's armor feels great. Thank goodness I'm using the gun rammer right about now. I might try and go for this Govika actually at the lower plate. He's got probably the best pen on the enemy team with that big boy gun, but he's ricocheting off my armor like he's a chump right now. Let's come around the corner slowly. Oh, free T29. And I think I shot his gun. I'm pretty sure I shot his gun there as I shot down on his hull armor. Gotta watch out for this AMX if they're loading gold, but they don't look like they are right now. Okay, even the regular round's enough to be able to go through this tank. I'll see if I can finish off this Govika. Have to aim far too much, and I should just be loading gold right now, in all honesty. Just like the Govika loaded gold at me. He just did 400 damage to me because I didn't load gold. That's unforgivable, right? What? Really? Oh, come on, man. I must have bounced off his up plate after going through the tracks, but you know what? It got the job done. I'll say thank you to the Scorpion. And unfortunately now, this game is starting to look really ugly. If I lose another 400 hit points in this Govika, it's because I'm being cheap. Oh, it is. Like, if I just loaded gold, I would have 800, nearly 850 extra hit points, and I would have been able to win this game. So it really shows you that sometimes being cheap in World of Tanks is just absolutely game-losing. I don't want to sit there. That Super Pershing will probably be able to react to get me. But I got T-43 on the side. I got a Panther on the front. He says being cheap and he loads the regular rounds again. I just can't resist, you know. I'm just too free to play in this game. Too free to play, as he says. I'll start loading gold now after that Panther dies because I might have to shoot at the AMX. Darn, this game's close. This is why I like to have intuition on all my vehicles, so at least when I cheap out, I feel like I can intuition switch. Wow, this gun, it works. It works. I just don't know how I'm going to work against a Super Pershing later on full health. I guess that's what happens if we get a full health Amarak at the start of the game. Oh, Artie puts me down to a one-shot now for the AMX, so this is going to be incredibly challenging as I come around the corner. Just pray that he sucks. He actually manages to get away from me. Interesting. Don't know why he's running. Is the Super Pershing aiming me? Looks like I got the butt of the Super Pershing here. As I come around the corner. Wow, that was the most awkward... What the roof of that building? Like, you couldn't script this. Look at it, ladies and gents. Oh, that roof, or like the overhang, the like the umbrella of the building. I don't know. There's got to be a name for that. That is, you could not script that. It's at the perfect height of the gun. I wonder if Wargaming thought about that when they were creating the Oni or creating this position. It's like, it's a perfect line. All right, this was an ugly game. It was a nice map, a nice matchup. What mistakes did I make? Well, firstly, I didn't expect that. Secondly, I should have just loaded gold at the Govika. I should have taken my opportunity while he was bouncing the regular rounds. They bounced 2 regular rounds, they loaded the gold, they went through my armor. If I'd loaded the gold as well, I would have saved those 800 hit points, and maybe I could have done something greater in this round. But still, even with not the best matchup and our opponents loading the gold, we bounced 2,700 damage. That's enough to destroy this tank nearly a couple times over without the durability device. That's just where the Oni is good, just being this big stupid meatball. And the reason why its win ratio is so high, at least its win ratio difference, is that casual players, all they have to do is literally just stick the front end to the enemy and just keep pressing that mouse button. And if they use the derp gun, they're still going to do consistent damage or do some real significant damage against tanks with poor armor. But if you get the 105mm, this is a gun that on the Oho never used to have gold, but I think it always had gold rounds available on the Oni. Darn, that was an ugly round. Well played to the Govika for that Amarak and then the 2 shots into me. But yeah, just a misplay by me. I should have just fired the gold rounds. And if I had a better crew, I'd definitely have had intuition here. Still, I'm second on damage, second on experience, but I can't help but feel like I left some on the table in that game. I guess it's one of the downsides of these tier 7 heavies is that they don't really have the best standard pen. This vehicle has 190 on its regular rounds and only 215 on its gold rounds with this 105mm gun. I'd definitely rather be playing the T29 within that regard. On the T29, even if I use the 90mm, I've got like 160 of standard rounds, which is poor. But when I load the gold with the T29, it is much, much better. You're up to like 246mm of pen or 240 something millimeters of pen. Okay, this is an interesting map. It's quite a big one. Pearl River's quite a big map, so I don't think I'll use the gun rammer here. I'll take the turbo. It adds a second onto my reload, but I think it will allow me to chase down my opponents or be able to avoid them and be a lot more responsive. So the Oni actually has 10 degrees of gun depression, but the mini turrets that you have on the front of the vehicle prevent this tank from depressing. So that means that you do have to angle. But if you angle, then they can pen your cheeks here or here. Or they can hit the sides of the gun turrets, which become weaker. So it's kind of like screwed if you do, screwed if you don't kind of thing with the Oni in a way. Sorry, Mr. KB85. One thing that is wild about this vehicle is it actually weighs 100 tons as well. So if you do get a really good crew and you were to have controlled impact with a turbo driving around at 30 kilometers an hour weighing 100 tons, you could get some pretty nice shunts against your opponents. With the way that damage scales with how fast a large tank is going, I don't think it's going to be huge. It's not going to be kind of like a KV5 where you're ramming for like 400, 500 sometimes against lightly armored targets. But still, 100 or 200 shunt, that is significant. You know, it's like landing a shot. It's like 5 seconds of DPM within that regard, or even more with those little micro bumps. Okay, so in this kind of a situation, I think I'm going to take the Oni above on the high ground. As a rule of thumb in this position, this is for like 5 degrees or less of gun depression. This is for like 7, and this is for like 8 to 10 or more. And considering this vehicle does have that amount of gun depression, I think I'm going to go for it. But I'm going to take a chance at the top of the Tiger turret. I don't quite manage it. I'm a little bit worried they've got a T-32 and a T-28. Those are quite terrifying tanks to fight. The T-32 will be God tier hull down, and the T-28 will just be God tier in any kind of a position against this vehicle. But I'm hoping oh, sorry, dude. I'm hoping this guy will come out. Okay, you just drove in front of me and then wanted to reverse. That's fine. I don't understand, but okay. Not everyone is this tall, and the Tiger is loading gold. As he should do. You know, he should shoot an Oni with gold. Just got to wait for him to try and side scrape out and then expose his frontal hull. Or I could overmatch the top of his turret. That T-54 just absolutely minced that IS. I think I've got to go for the top of this guy's turret. Looks like this Tiger's actually a pretty good player. It's got a few less hit points now, though. A few less hit points now, though. He's losing it. Okay, I think I'm going to advance with the TS-54 here. I'm going to keep on the left here, and the reason I keep on the left is just to bait the Tiger out more around the corner. Have a little bit of a look to the right, make sure there's no one there. And then get helping this TS-54. Okay, he's reloading. Still should try and trade 1-for-1 here with the Tiger and not let him use his damage per minute. Can't believe my shell deviated and went high. Don't know why this guy's trying to fight those guys and not just fight the Tiger. Nice, I got my gun in the way there. That was lovely. He's not very well. The Tiger's still got the reload on me, I think. Wow, this isn't going very well for my team right now. Finish him, please. It's a low roll. Okay, he missed. Should be able to finish him off before he reloads. Looks like he almost gave up a little bit there. Well, that T-32 is actually fully exposed. I'm going to load gold, because otherwise I can't get the T-32. And this VZ-44. A little bit irritating with their way that they're driving, but they're not doing anything malicious, so... Just got to watch my inside track here. And... Come on today, World of Tanks. I don't get to bounce the T-32, and I don't manage to even hit him. This Oni is definitely not working out very well for me today, boys and girls. Bit of a shame. I'll try and side scrape here and see if that will help me. And come on, World of Tanks, my RNG today. This is depressing. The Oni definitely not working out well for me. I feel like these shells should be hitting, and they're just simply not. And the guy just pens my turret armor like it's nothing with his regular rounds. Alright, let's try and create a more intelligent angle here. I think I can just relax and just wait. And hopefully my team will be able to gain some advantages in other parts of the map. Please fall back. Yeah. Wow. Absolutely rough. So many shells that could have hit, just didn't. But maybe I'm just not aiming very well today. Who knows? Who knows? Interestingly, these guys have a tremendous advantage against us, but they're not pushing it. It's really weird. They could literally just... It's a full health T-32. You could just push us and be able to come round, but they're not interested. Darn. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. Still got it. I should have a really easy shot through here, though. Just thinking about where his hull will be as he comes around the corner. Like, if he crests and hugs the bridge, it's probably going to be there. Is that another building that's going to catch? Imagine if this little roof, the shelter. God, I can't think of what that's called. What's the thing that above a doorway that comes out? Am I being so stupid right now? Shelf? No, you put things on a shelf. The roof of the outbuilding. There's probably some technical name that I don't know. I have no idea why the enemy team didn't push here, honestly. They should have just pushed. It's awful play by them for not pushing. Okay, good. Right, well, I gotta fight a full health T-32 here. This isn't going to be very useful. Might just finish off the IS. If I wedge my arm up, he might fail really badly. Yeah. What? Rewind to the YouTube video and look at what happened with that shell. Did it just disappear? I don't even know how that shell was the edge of the rocks really badly modeled? It could be game losing. If I'd managed to get like one more shot into that T-32, I feel like I'd be okay. I just don't trust my team to be able to dig out a T-28. No, they're not. And I've just got to sit here and watch this and be sad and salty. In fact, you know what? I'm going to Alt F4 and I'm going to go and show you like a free cam and we'll go and watch that moment back. So one of the things that luxuries of being a content creator is being able to get modifications that can show you shells. So let's go watch that replay back, because I know that my team is going to throw that situation. There's no doubt they're going to throw that situation. They're not going to handle a T-28 and then have to sit there for like 10 minutes watching. So instead, let's go and get frustrated watching Wargaming's amazing modeling inside World of Tanks. Man, this Oni today is being really irritating. Really irritating, boys and girls. But that's why I'm playing live for YouTube, right? These bad moments and bad RNG will happen to all of us. Okay, so let's go and just skip forwards right to the shell. Let's go skip straight to that diabolical moment against the T-32. Where is he? Here we go. So we have we can do really slow replays. Is this the one I miss or is this the one I hit? Maybe I just aimed too close to the wall. To be fair, I did lurch back. That's a me issue, and I hit the tiger gun. Even in death, that tiger still trolled me. I mean, like if we're thinking about how shells are modeled, it does look like it goes underneath the tiger gun. But to be fair, you know, that tiger gun, it was sitting there, and Wargaming have modeled it with that kind of flared feature. They haven't modeled it as it's rounded. So I probably lurched back a little bit too much there. I was trying to get like the inside of the tracks, and I was trying to make sure, because I know the T-32 has the reload. So I think that's just a me issue. And what this shows is that, you know, me getting frustrated with a bit of bad RNG, you end up then starting to try and blame things, and you don't see what's in front of you. And that was the tiger gun. So once again, we got crushed in that last game, and I'm deciding I'm going to invest a little bit of crew training in my Oni crew, because I noticed that my commander doesn't even have brothers in arms, and I decided to take situational awareness on my radio instead of having repairs. So that will be advantageous there if we do manage to get tracked. So yeah, well played to the T-32 for just grinding me out in that position, and taking that one down. Really rough start for the Oni so far, but who knows? Maybe the third game is going to be better. Yeah, so I guess it's just like the gun handling on this vehicle feels incredibly awkward. I'm not sure if this is the kind of tank that can use vert stab. It doesn't look like it can actually use vert stabs. So I don't know if you want to use a rotation device on this vehicle instead of vert stabs. That's another advantage of the T-29, is using vert stabs on a tier 7 heavy. The Oni, not the vehicle that can do that. But okay, ladies and gents, if I can't do well in a matchup like this, then there's no help for me. Okay, so when I'm playing on Stajanki, I'm going to go and fight in the classic heavy area. I think I'm going to take the gun rammer here, purely so I can have the rate of fire. Sometimes, if I'm playing a T-29, I would have gone south on this map. use the 90mm down there. I think that would have been the best bet for me. But I think the Oni, it's just a classic frontal heavy. Let's go get in our opponent's faces up north and give it our best go. So, I mean, it's not like we've been doing terrible. We finished second in the first game, and we finished, well, I couldn't see, unfortunately. If you leave the battle, you don't get the post-game stats if you log in. And I didn't manage to log in again before the battle was done, after watching the replay of me hitting that tiger barrel. Oh, enough to tilt me. Maybe it would have made the difference. Maybe my team would have been able to take out the T-32 if we'd managed to hit that. I have to admit, without the gun rammer in that last game, the rate of fire on the tank definitely felt like it was at a tremendous deficit compared to the first battle. That 1 second reload really felt like we went from being a tank that had some damage per minute to not. But it totally depends on the map that you get on. You could, I guess, drop the vents if you wanted to, but then, man, your aim time and your accuracy is going to get horrendous on this vehicle. And I just looked at what the accuracy and the aim time is. 0.33 and 0.42 accuracy is definitely not good news. Okay, so back in the day, before this building was there, I'd have to worry about tank destroyers that might be trying to cross there. Or not cross, but sit at the back and dump me, but that just doesn't happen anymore. I kind of missed that back in the day. I think the tank destroyers down there, it was a pretty good position. I don't think TDs are in the best of positions in World of Tanks. I just don't really feel like Wargaming constantly nerfing tank destroyer positions is probably very healthy for the balance that we have. But then again, you know, there are quite a few TDs that still play World of Tanks. Ooh, that's a meaty shot into a tier 7 medium. I shouldn't have really come around the corner there before I was loaded. Bit of a misplay by me. Oh, hello. Oh, in this kind of a matchup, I'm a meaty boy. I can just leave my front round the corner. I guess these are the kind of games... Well, you don't get this matchmaking the whole time. These are the kind of games where the Oni really is just the powerhouse. Like if I was in a Tiger, these tanks, they'd have an okay chance of managing to penetrate me. But and you see, like, actually the T1 Heavy manages to go through me there. That's impressive. I'm not sure if side scraping is really the thing to do in this vehicle. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes with a big old tank like this, it's better to just angle the front hull and put it out, and then you kind of get to hide the inside corner there so they can't actually catch your tracks around that little bit of rubble. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to take the fight to the enemy team here, but that T1 Heavy is actually not too silly. But I want to just get some damage in here, so... Get some damage in. One thing that you did see me do in that last game is with these kind of super heavies that have thick but flat armor, you can actually wedge it up, and if you wedge it up like this, then it can allow you to have better lower plate protection. Alright, well I'm obviously a little bit worried about the Leopard down towards the side, but when I'm just this absolute juggernaut super heavy, why not, right? Is that VK trying to go for me? I'm not sure who to go for right now. I'm going to aim over there until I reload, and then... that was actually a really good shot, well played. He's got 167mm of pen with that gun, so he's actually done a good job. Okay, I'm not going to let you do that twice to me. Should I heal my radio operator? Probably a little bit of a misplay there. I don't think I need the radio operator from like a situational awareness perspective. It's kind of a bit confusing. I can't remember which of my radio operators did have situational awareness there. Alright, I realize that Leopard could just dunk me in the side. Or maybe I could just get rid of him, and then I don't have to worry about him later on. There we go. Now we can advance across and start to isolate. PR poor T-43, you're in the wrong neck of the woods, my friend. You're going to get shot behind, you're going to get shot in front. There we go. Oh, VK nearly got me. Should be okay. I'm glad we invested that extra crew training on the tracks. Wow, did I just get set on fire? Ladies and gents, this is just... I feel like today's not my day. I think I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I think I've really woken up on the wrong side of the bed. I've obviously woken up on the wrong side of the bed. The first shot that hits my tank that actually penetrates it, and it's a fire. Oh no, really? I guess I was overconfident here by pushing in right into the middle. But I thought we could do something fun. Fun for YouTube? What are you kidding? You think you can have fun in World of Tanks? Now I've got a T-67 on my side, which is immensely alarming. I wonder if he's gone up. If he has, I can probably take one shot from him, but my fuel tanks are damaged, so I've got to watch out for that as well. there's a Hellcat coming there. I think I just got to go forwards and risk the Panzer IV shooting me in the side here. I think it's my only chance right now. There's a Stug right ahead. There was a Stug right ahead. I probably shouldn't have stopped there because I think the Panzer IV could have got me in the side. Now we've just got to try and hopefully get this guy. Or is he going to try and get me? Or is he going to come around and try and go hold down against me? I've got to try and bait the shot. Can I bait him here? Doesn't look like he's stupid. I don't think can the Hellcat get me in the side? Possibly. Oh, he took a big hit there. Still trying to bait him. Still trying to bait him. There's a Basoto right in front of me. Firing HE, I'm lucky. As long as I can keep my frontal armor towards him, I might be able to hold out. Guess I should take my engine now. What should I go for? The 45 TP here or the Basoto? I guess I gotta get rid of that Basoto in case he loads gold. Wonder if this guy's firing gold. He's not, so we should have the reload on him with the gun rammer. Oh, 6 kills. Oh, maybe we can have a good game today. Can we see if we find a shot through here against the Hellcat? Oh, my big Japanese booty getting in the way. I can actually. Oi, 7 kills for Uncle Scrubs. Okay, maybe we can get a Radley Walters medal. I gotta watch out for that Sturmil. That Sturmil's probably planning vengeance on me. I'm so greedy. I want the Radley. Let's go get a Radley medal. That'll make me feel better. This is a 50-50 for me to high roll this. Oh no. No, come back. My 8th kill is running away. I should have probably fired there. Probably should have taken the chance. I just wanted to make sure the shell was fully aimed. Okay, Sturmil has good pen, good gun depression. I don't think he'll be able to 1 versus whatever. He's also got fairly okay view range if he's got that thing set up correctly. I can't really pen him with HE. He's got about 50mm of armor and I got 53mm of pen, so I don't think HE is the solution here. I wonder how far back I'm dead, I think. Really hope he doesn't get me. I'm trying to think about where he would be. Where do you think he would be if he spots me? Maybe over there? Can't quite figure out where he is. Usually I would have a good idea. Maybe those buildings now? There he is. Radley, maybe? No! Oh, I thought I had to fire because I heard the artillery shell in the air. Gosh darn it. No Radley Walters medal in the Oni, boys and girls. Still, at least we had one good game. Worth waiting for, right? Worth getting frustrated over the RNG. I mean, the RNG was still there with that fire. I mean, if getting set on fire and still coming through, I think I just got a medal I've never seen before. I've never ever got that medal. I've never got a Tarkzay's medal. Tarkzay's medal. I've never got that one. In like 100,000 games of World of Tanks, I've never got that medal. Destroy at least 5 enemy vehicles while having 5 different modules damaged or crew members injured and losing 80% of your vehicle's hit points. Well, if that doesn't show you why the Oni isn't special, I don't know what is. And funnily enough, this wasn't an ace tanker with 1,494 base experience. That's insane. I feel like that would ace pretty much all tier 7 heavies. And to be fair, it was pretty close. The Oni ace is 1,505. So if I'd hit that shell on the Oni, not only would I have got a Radley, I would have got an ace in the Oni. We took 33 hits that game. Only 5 of them penetrated. That was enough to destroy this tank a couple times over. And I only fired regular rounds, so we would have made a profit with or without a premium account in that game. And that is why the Oni is just so strong. It doesn't matter how good you are, it's got an incredibly kind of like low skill cap and a high skill floor, which makes this tank frustrating for good players, but very suitable for everyone inside the World of Tanks player base. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was it today for the Oni. Not bad to destroy half of the enemy team, and should have been more. I hope you enjoyed this video, all of the bad RNG, all of the good RNG, and getting the Tarkzay's medal for the very first time. But literally 100,000 battles. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know what you think about the Oni in the comments down below. And if you're watching this video as it's released on Friday, new drops tokens are going live, and so I am as well on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby. So come along and tell me how much you think the Oni is worse than the T29 or the Tiger, and why. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.